Alrighty. Big question. Is oral coffee the best social control mechanism on the planet? Shall we investigate that? Let's. Obviously, this is a nice cup of herbal chai. Because, we want to be drinking things that are beneficial for us rather than a self-sabotage practice that people buy into by choice somehow. So, especially, let's have a look at the mental, emotional, psychological, and spiritual aspects of a cup of Joe. Yeah, Joe's a nice, warm, and comforting thought for those emotionally insecure people. That's most of society. Yeah. So, let's have a look at what's in it. First of all, standard cup of coffee, flat white, whatever you want to call it. Dairy with the milk. Well, it's processed. It's denatured. There's basically nothing good in it. Sugar. Acidic. Destroys the whole body. And fluoridated water. Yeah. Heavy metals controlling the mind. Creating all sorts of mental defects. And bodily, definitely. And then coffee itself. Horrible shit. And here's some of the effects. So, it's going to stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system. So, ideally we want to be calm, centered, aligned, be present in our day and in our day-to-day lives. But if our parasympathetic nervous system, our male side, is always on the go, how can we be settled and make intelligent, present decisions? And the nervous system, of course, has so many functions in the body that we don't even really understand it, especially in Western medicine. So and the nervous, especially, is storing our emotions. So if our emotions are buzzing around, we're not going to even recognize them, let alone get the messages that our body is telling us what we need to do. It's disaster. Coffee is also high in thiols. What does that mean? Well, it means the heavy metal removal capacity is significantly decreased. Big time. Like, hugely. And of course, with more heavy metals that we're putting in with the cup of coffee, and they're not able to get them out unless we have designated protocols for that in our diet and lifestyle. Guilt and shame. Those emotions attached to the heavy metals. Yeah. Is our Western society, especially in the Anglo countries, controlled by guilt and shame a lot? Absolutely. And the heavy metals and guilt and shame, it's until you start removing them, you really will never really truly understand the detrimental benefits of these massive amount of social programming control with frequency that we are in the system of. On a different video. Going to decrease kidney function. Yeah, stimulating the adrenal glands. That fight or flight response basically is putting people in a scared animal position for the majority of the day. And is that really an empowered position to start and operate your day through? When, the 3 o'clock nervous system time changeover in the afternoon says, okay, we need a bit of a boost of energy. Going to resort to something that is going to give us a short-term boost and then a long-term low. Doesn't seem like an intelligent decision that is beneficial for the body to me. Okay, so if we're decreasing kidney function and stimulating it without it being able to heal and operate efficiently for ourselves, we're stimulating an extra fear. Is that how we want to start our day and operate? Not me. And of course, if we've got fear in the kidneys, what's the exit point for the kidneys is the genitals, or the urinary tract, where the happiness is stored. So if our kidneys are getting a workout, then our nervous system messages and water and nutrients are not even going to get to our genitals, where our happiness and our sex drive and things are, which is the fun stuff, right? Yeah. All of a sudden that coffee doesn't taste as good, does it? Parasites. The high in thiols and lower kidney function means we're not even going to identify the parasites that are in our body with the heavy metals as well. we're never going to know they're there, let alone the amount of control they have on our body and mind. And of course, what's that result in? Emotional instability. Yeah, the parasite's there, but it's growing and it wants more food and it wants more nutrients. But we don't even know it's here. The parasites are having a field day. They're loving it. This is the exact environment they want. How about we make it hard for them? Make a beautiful temple environment. Mental patterns. Well, the parasites and heavy metals are significantly impacting on every single person's mental patterns. And, you know, why are we doing this thing that we know is not good for us? But we keep doing it. Parasites and heavy metals is usually the answer. So for those of us who, well, hey, meditation benefits everybody, right? Everybody knows it's good for us, whether we choose to do it or not. Depends on what's going in our subconscious body temple. So by having a stimulated nervous system, generally the meditation idea doesn't even occur to us. Look around in society. Those drinking coffee are generally not meditating and taking care of themselves in their inner world. And those who are, they're not doing it at a very good rate. Because it's just, if you're stimulating, it's hard to settle. It's virtually impossible. Just people think that they're doing it, which feeds into delusion. So yoga, asana practices and energy work will be significantly decreased because our nervous system is moving and twitching too much on subtle levels, especially, that we're not doing it effectively. And in the morning or in the 3 p.m. in the afternoon, especially if people are drinking more than 1 cup a day, geez, it's a desperate cry for energy. And really, a lemon water or a cup of ginger, lemon and honey tea would be a much beneficial solution. What else does it do? Well, it's incredibly acidic. And as we know, an extra acidity is an acidic environment with lack of oxygen is the cause of all disease, especially cancer. Yeah, is this coffee causing cancer? Absolutely it is. Because it's going to increase the calcium buildup in the renal glands, the renal function. So basically your kidneys, and especially the urinary tract and urethra from kidneys to genital area. It's just going to get so much more calcium buildup and calcification. So then we don't even pee well. We're retaining water for no reason. When really we need more water because we've been dehydrated. I didn't put dehydrated on there. Like this. And then of course that calcium buildup prevents magnesium from functioning and reduces the calcium magnesium balance, which means you can't relax. And calcium buildup around the cell doesn't allow magnesium and all of the other minerals that magnesium transports into the cell to function because it's too blocked. So we can't grow and divide our cells and spiritually grow because cellular rejuvenation is the key to that. So is coffee the devil? It's controlling the mind with parasites? Definitely. Increases masculinity. Well, if we're going to get extra calcium buildup that's blocked up from the toxicity and the acidic nature of oral coffee, gallbladder is where a lot of that extra calcium is going to generally build up. That's on the right side. We're going to have toxic thoughts. We're going to be more masculine, and that will significantly affect liver function and usually the back and kidney function as well. So, am I making my point yet? Sex drive is going to be lower, and most people who are drinking coffee and don't have a spiritual practice that is beneficial in clearing their gut with their digestion, first of all, sex drive doesn't occur to them, let alone get to Tantra. And the amazing, super connected, sacred sexual experiences that are available by practicing Tantra. Yeah, sound good, ladies? It is. And one other thing is caffeine half-life. Caffeine in any response, but especially orally in coffee, means that caffeine is going to last. The body can only get rid of 50% of the caffeine in 1 cup of coffee per day. Yeah. So that means that caffeine is always in the system. And if people are having more than one, then their nervous system and their whole bodily function is essentially screwed. And that's why it only takes 3 days of a solid discipline focus to get rid of the stuff. So, seems easy, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, question is oral coffee socially controlling your mind and your body, especially your subconscious mind? And how do we get off it? Well, beautiful herbal teas that are beneficial. And think about that. A low vibrational to a high vibrational. Now that's a good switch for internal alchemy. Yeah.